Hey, welcome to day 5. I just finished work. It's Wednesday night, which means it's the night I go to the theater where I work. My best friend Jay works Wednesday nights, and what I usually do Wednesday nights after work is I come by and just hang out with him, watch whatever movie's playing. We're playing The Fighter right now, which I've already seen twice, so I'm just gonna hang out, and maybe we'll go grab a bite to eat afterwards.
Probably the single greatest speech given by an American president since the Gettysburg Address.
Who's that?
John Kennedy's speech at the American University in 1963.
Oh, okay. So I walked in on a political discussion.
Oh, we just started. We're talking about Mad Magazine and talking about everything. Like Anderson.
Steve, have you ever heard of a director by the name of Jesus Franco?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course he has.
Okay. One thing about Jesus Franco's movies, there's a lot of skin.
Yeah.
And a lot of violence.
It's good stuff.
Well, I knew about Jesus Franco a long time before you were born, but some of his Euro trash is just fucking Vampiros, Lesbos.
Oh yes, that's a cinematic great. Vampiros Lesbos. Look it up.
Tell them about the ignorant one you had last night?
Oh, let's hear it.
3 times I explained why there were no passes.
Okay.
No Gappy coupons.
Right. Because the
And
distributor.
her son was the smartass.
Oh.
So
Wish
maybe
I'd have been here.
during my third response I was a little flippant. I said, the studio contract, there's no passes accepted. The studio put that in the contract
Right.
for the movie.
It's not your decision, it's theirs, and
I
you
said,
have to
my
abide by
hands are
that.
tied.
And what'd they say?
Well, we can do without the attitude.
Do without the attitude.
They obviously don't know you very well. They obviously don't know you very well.
Well, after you.
Explained it. I still don't understand why you can't take. And then she intimated that I was making money off these things, that I had no business.
How can you be making money when you're letting somebody come in free?
She said something about, well, we paid for this. You paid to help the Gandhi
right?
Center.
We could do without the attitude there, Glenn.
Yeah, that's a new one. You keep saying that to Ryan. Do it without the attitude.
There's people sitting upstairs, so keep it down.
Yes.
Giving you orders?
Yes.
We can do without the attitude, Glenn.
Yeah, we can do without the attitude. Okay.
Who is this Superman?
Awesome.
We'll find out, John.
When you do.
And you know what? You know what irritates me, too? I have a real problem with Superman losing his powers for her in the first place. I really have a problem with that. Because look what he's done for the Earth so far. Before there. Look how many times he saved people, saved millions of people.
Yep.
And talk about being selfish. Talk about being selfish, losing all those powers for her.
For a woman.
For a woman.
But.
And the other thing is, she didn't fall in love with Clark Kent.
She fell in love with
Superman. And that includes his powers.
Exactly.
If he didn't have his powers.
In the movies, she didn't fall in love with Clark until after she found out he was Superman.
There you go.
That's
basically she's in love with Superman, and that includes his powers. That includes everything.
That's
so when
right.
Clark, when he decided to lose his powers, the first thing I'm thinking of is, yeah, but you just took away what you fell in love with. Basically, yeah, he's going to be the same guy, but she fell in love with Superman. You know?
Yeah.
Not a regular human being. She fell in love
with Superman. Exactly.
a guy who has the powers, who can fly, who does good for human beings, for mankind. When he took his powers away, to me, that's half of what she fell in love was gone. You know?
Yeah. Well, the reason she loves Superman,
So really,
I don't think had so much to do with his powers, but just as
well,
Because of his virtue, his virtuous nature. What a
basically,
selfless.
when he lost his powers, you know what? He was basically Clark Kent. That's it. He didn't really.
Yeah. Now see, in the comics, Superman, Clark waited until she fell in love with Clark before he told her he was Superman.
You know what?
He knew it would be so easy. All I have to do is tell her I'm Superman, and then I've got her. But he didn't want that.
As frustrating and aggravating as it is that he did that for, I think they purposely did that to show that, you know what? No woman is worth that. Nobody's worth that. Humans need Superman, and because there's a scene too where, like, the whole point of him getting his powers back was like, you know what? Good. This is what I shouldn't have gotten rid of in the first place.
Exactly.
Because guess what? At the end of Superman 2, did he say, okay, now they're gone, I'll lose my powers again? No, obviously not.
The world needs Superman. Yeah.
The world needs Superman. No one person is worth what he did for him, no matter what. And she even knew that. And there's a scene too where after he loses his powers, and they're driving back, and before they get to the diner, she's all quiet in the car, and Clark goes, why are you so quiet? Like, I'm the one that's usually the quiet kind. And she goes, I can't believe what you did for me. I'm wondering if that, obviously I'm looking way too much into it, but I'm wondering if that's kind of like where she thought, oh my God, like, what did he just do? Like, what did he just do?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's probably taking the whole way back.
It's been a while since I saw the movie, but so correct me if I'm wrong. But whenever Superman got rid of his powers, Lois was not happy with it, was she? And I think, because I'm thinking maybe Lois is selfish.
Well, I think she should have done more.
To stop
There's a scene whenever in the Lester cut, he's talking to his mother, and she goes, "Oh, my son, are you sure this is what?" And he goes, "Mom, I love her." And she goes, and in the Lester cut, and she closes her eyes and puts her head down.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that should have been a scene like she should have stopped him, and she did.
Yeah.
She should have stopped him, but no, there's no version that shows. Actually, in the Donner version, Marlon Brando actually looks at her like she's wearing a Superman T-shirt in the Donner version.
Okay.
And and he's asked him, are you sure? Are you sure? Anyway, there's a scene where he's in just as he gets into the chamber, loses powers. Brando looks over at her with a fucking look.
That's right,
like
too.
A really wicked look, like saying, "This is your fault."
And and I actually forgot too that Brando was in the Donner.
Oh yeah. See, I asked Don at work about that, and he says, "Yeah, you know what?" He says, "I actually like that part."
It makes more sense that it would, because in the first film, it was Jarrell the whole time.
Oh, Jarrell. The fact that they ignore Brando completely the second one is actually pretty silly.
Yeah. So why would all of a sudden it be hologram?
That's definitely a problem I have with Lester, like for sure. Big problem is that they ignore Donner, and actually he's weird.
So basically, the bottom line, and I think we both agree on this, is that the Donner version is superior in a lot of ways.
But it's not.
But the Lester version, it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but I think a lot of the reason is because he never had a chance to finish it. So we had to just basically take the version and take the Lester version to make it a movie, and it just doesn't really make sense in certain areas.
Right. And of course, he never had the chance to give Superman 2 an ending of its own.
No. I like the part right at the beginning too, where in the Donner version, where she tests him by jumping out the building. I actually like that. Instead of
Lois would actually do that.
Jumping in a river at Niagara Falls, which I didn't ever.
Well, Lois would do that too. That's something.
So I didn't have a problem with that, but I actually like the. Well, you know what? What I like about it too is that it's a whole new version that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, that's always fascinating.
The Donner cut, I was like, oh my god.
That is always fascinating to go back to a movie you've seen like many times and see like a new version of it.
Yeah.
Not a remake, but a new version. It's the same movie, but it's not the same movie. That's really cool.
It's just too bad that he never had a chance to finish it, to really do what he wanted to do.
Yeah. No, definitely. It was not fair. They totally gave him the shaft. They gave him the bum's rush.
I just didn't like the fact that they had all these Niagara Falls scenes.
Donner definitely got a raw deal. They never should have fired him.
You can tell where Donner never basically got to shoot any of the Niagara Falls stuff except for the whole blank scene. But any of the outdoor stuff. Hotel. So you got to wonder, what would he have done? Like, what kind of version would he have had? Would he have had that, him saving the kid at all? Like, would he have had, Even the scene in Houston.
Where's Glenn? He should be in on this conversation. It's his
Yes.
favorite topic.
I don't understand why Glenn won't watch it just for the fun of it.
I don't know. What's funny is because like Ears is talking about the Donner cut, and then he gets like all angry. He takes it personally. He's like, "No one cares about the Donner cut except you." It's like, oh yeah, that's why we're both having the conversation. Obviously, I'm not the only one who cares about it.
What, Glenn?
Hey, Glenn, we're talking about your favorite topic of a discussion.
Favorite topic, Glenn? The Donner version.
The Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. Now see, there he goes. He walks away.
There he goes. What a Glenderson.
What a Glenderson. Okay, so we'll do Whopper Wednesday next week.
Yeah.
You gotta work tomorrow morning?
Yeah, normally I'd be off tomorrow.
You're usually off Thursdays, yeah. So you switched with the guy.
I switched. I was off Monday because Tara's stat was Monday. The daycare was closed Monday because of stat being on the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So then I wanted to be off too. So they let me switch. I didn't have to use a holiday or didn't have to. I'm working tomorrow.
Good night, Jason.
Good night, Jason.
Good, bastard.
There's some of it.
So there's an old man and an old woman, and they're sitting outside of a nursing home. The old man turns to the old woman and says, "Hey, bet you can't guess how old I am." The old woman says, "Oh yeah? Unzip your fly." So the old man unzips his fly. The old woman sticks her hand inside, feels around out there for a couple of minutes. Finally, she takes her hand out and says, "Okay, you're 83 years old." The old man says, "Wow, that's amazing. How'd you know that?" The old woman says, "You told me yesterday."